This video is for educational purposes only. I am a holistic practitioner, master herbalist. If you have any health questions or concerns, please consult your physician. Thanks and enjoy the video. Hi, I'm Janelle, master herbalist. Happy to have you on my channel today. Let's take a deep breath before we get started. Close your eyes, take a deep breath in, let it out. Spring is right around the corner. Even though it's January, it's right around the corner. And the thawing earth and the brown soil peeking through the snow has me thinking of asparagus. So today I'm going to talk to you about the unknown medicinal benefits of asparagus. So before we get started, please like and subscribe, hit the bell button, check out my description down below. I have my link tree there, and that links to my website and other resources. So check that out. So let's get started. I make all my notes for herbs in an art journal. This is my form of materia medica. And for today, I prepared some notes about asparagus. So asparagus is in the Latin Asparagus officinalis. You, I am sure, have purchased it at the grocery store in long stalks. Nothing beats fresh, young asparagus that grows in your own garden. If you can pick it while it is still a few inches high, it is very tender and very delicious. But be careful, they sprout up very quickly and can go to flower and seed within a few days. So it's something you want to keep your eye on a daily basis, to pick them while they're still young. So asparagus rises with green scaly heads, very brittle and easy to break when young. And I typically, if you have a long stalk at the grocery store, the bottom is like this woody portion. I always break that part off, and I do save the top, more tender parts. Asparagus is native to the European continent and grown as a vegetable for many cultures. It's naturalized in sandy soils. And I would say that it is pretty hardy. So the soil, it's hardy in that it will grow in multiple soils except super soggy. The young buds or branches, okay, so as I continue here, I'm going to share some of Culpepper's old-time uses of asparagus, and then we'll talk a little bit of the modern uses, but they're pretty much the same. It's just the preparation might sound old-fashioned. So these are some of the old-fashioned preparations. Young buds or branches are boiled in ordinary broth and make the belly soluble, which means liquefied, which means it aids digestion. Or the young buds or branches are boiled in white wine and they provoke urine. It is also good against difficulty of making water, same thing. So you may notice that when you eat a lot of asparagus, there is a strong odor when you urinate. And that is because the asparagus is cleansing out waste and toxins from the kidneys, bladder, and urinary tract. It is a very, very good herb, tonic herb, cleansing herb for the urinary tract. Again, Culpepper's words, it expelleth the gravel and stone out of the kidneys and helpeth pains in the lower back. So sometimes when people have lower back pain, it's an indication that the kidneys are actually stressed, and you need to take some herbs or foods that help. Our kidneys can be stressed very easily by a processed diet. So the asparagus, again, can be boiled in white wine or vinegar, and it is prevalent for them troubled with hip and gout, and for sciatica. A decoction of the roots can be boiled in wine and taken to clear the sight, and being held in the mouth easeth toothache. So I would probably not boil all of these preparations in wine. Broth I think is good, or water, but like I said, I am sharing from Nicholas Culpeper's book, The Materia Medica, very old, hundreds of years old, has been edited. But when I prepare my asparagus, it's usually just cooking it and eating it as part of a meal. But in terms of like a tea, a decoction, infusion, I would use water. I would use distilled water or broth. A decoction of the roots boiled in wine, white wine, and the back and belly bathed therewith, meaning like with a cloth or some kind of cotton, you're actually applying the cooled, boiled decoction. Has been found effectual against pains of the kidneys and bladder and pains of the mother, meaning mothers that are pregnant having pains in either the lower abdomen or the lower back as a result of kidneys being stressed, and that can happen when pregnant. Applying the parts of the lower abdomen, the lower back, with the decoction of asparagus was helpful. So modern day uses. Asparagus is a food and a common food. The roots were known to be diuretic, or are known as diuretic, laxative, for inflammatory diseases of the urinary tract and for kidney stones. And for the most part, we're not using the root. The root would be stronger than the shoots. But eating the asparagus as the shoot, as the bud, is still going to be a good cleansing food for the bladder, for the kidneys, and the urinary system. And one little caution is that for certain individuals, rare skin reactions can occur. And I think that's typically for only a topical application, but sometimes when people cleanse, they do have rashes that break out in the body, especially if the body is heavily laden with processed foods, metals, chemicals. If you've never cleansed before and you go to do that, you might find yourself with rashes or other symptoms that were not there previously, as the body and organs try to get rid of toxins, and then they build up into the bloodstream. But cleansing is a whole other video. So I'd like to hear in the comments down below, do you like asparagus? To be honest, I am only a fan of the little itty bitty asparagus when it comes up in the garden. As they get larger, I don't know. I don't like them as much. They have a very, very strong taste. I don't crave them. I think sometimes people who do want asparagus really need that vegetable to help their urinary tract, to help their kidneys. So let me know if you like asparagus. And I don't mean drenched in hollandaise sauce. So thanks, and come again soon. Happy to have you here in the early parts of 2025.